I love Garmin Base, and I don't love Garmin Basecamp. Garmin Basecamp is just so fucking hard to use. You build a map in Google, and this could be it probably is my fault, but I'm still going to bloody moan about it. You build a map in Google, and then you move it onto Garmin, and you have to double check it and make sure it's all done. Then it puts this shit in. I don't remember doing that. Now, I might have fucked it up. I might have done, but still. Oh. Good morning, YouTube, and welcome once again to the Miffed channel. It's day 3 of the long weekend, people. Day 5 of owning the Beast, of which we've named it. It is called the Beast. Thank you to External Influences for his comment on my last video. He mentioned that on a few occasions in my last video, I referred to this bike as the Beast. And he said, you seem to have named it already. Why don't you just call it the Beast? And he was absolutely right. The Beast works perfectly well for me. So yes, we're on the Beast and we're off out for a ride today. Going to do about 70 miles. Be out for a couple of hours. And yeah, it should be good. Should be good. So what, pray tell, is on the Miffed Radar today? I hear you all shouting at me. And it's a couple of things, actually. A couple of things where I found myself in a pretty bad mood yesterday. I don't really know why. I was just really fucking agitated. To be honest, I think it was the thought of having to go back to work and knowing that I've got a really busy week ahead of me. But that aside, a couple of things that I think we need to discuss on Miffed Radar. One of those is the downside of motorbiking, and the other one is the new Top Gear, or the not so new Top Gear, slightly exactly the same Top Gear but with different people, is probably the best way to explain it. Now I'm going to start with Top Gear. Actually, Twitter was going a bit crazy about Top Gear. I mean, people really slating the hell out of it, and it had barely even started. Now I'm going to start with some good. Okay, I actually enjoyed it. I mean, there were parts of it that I really loathed. There were parts of it that I was like, what the fuck? For example, the meets the celebrity bit. That was horrendous. Chris Evans, man, that guy's a cock. I've never really been a big lover of Chris Evans, but fucking hell, he was terrible. He was so bad. Matt LeBlanc, what do you know? He's actually quite alright. He brought a level of kind of seriousness to Top Gear that I think it's been needing for some time. You know, when Top Gear, in the last series of Top Gear, I was getting sick of it. I was just getting sick of all the stupid bollocks. You're just like, come on guys, this is so obviously fake. And there really was very little in the world of kind of, you know, serious kind of reviews anymore. It just didn't really happen. And actually, Matt LeBlanc, I mean, although it was, you know, he was still playing a Joker and all that, he did have a bit of seriousness added to it, and I quite like that. I thought that was alright. He was okay. In my book, he was alright. Chris Evans was just a dick. They had the opportunity to completely change the structure of the programme, to, you know, bring it back to its roots and get rid of all the stupid bullshit. And I was just like, this is exactly the same programme, but with different people. This is fucking rubbish. So I was really disappointed, and a lot of you were as well. So yeah, they could have done better. They could have done so much better, and they really need to get rid of Chris Evans. He's such a cock. Matt LeBlanc's alright, but get rid of Chris. He's such a dickhead. I mean, that thing where they went to the Top Gun and they're running around with gun sights and getting missile locks. Like, oh, how many times have we seen that? How many times have they done that on, you know, in different ways have they done that on Top Gear? Jesus Christ, just do something new. And I don't want to watch the, you know, the old Top Gear guys like Clarkson and Hammond and all that. I don't want to watch their new one either. I'm not interested, because I know that it's going to be the same. They're going to be doing the same shit, and it's had its day. It's really had its day. In my opinion, when they lost Clarkson, when he got fired and then they got rid of the other guys, they should have put it to bed. They should have gone, that's it, job done. Top Gear is over. it had been over for a couple of seasons, in my opinion. Maybe a Top Gear motorbike thing would be pretty cool. 44 teeth, guys. Get a TV program going. So that's Top Gear. Disappointment, but I think we all fucking knew it was going to be disappointing and shit. The other thing that's been fucking me off is it's the downside of motorbiking. And I know I can hear you all saying, Miffed, man, what downside? Motorbiking's the best thing in the world. There's nothing down about it. Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from, guys. I really do. Really do. But there is a downside. And that's the food. I'm weak. I'm a weak person. And if you put me near a calf, I will have a second breakfast. If you put me near a KFC or a McDonald's, that's what I'm going to have for lunch. To give you an idea of how weak I am, Saturday I was out on the bike and I started the morning with a fry up at home. I then went out to meet a few guys in Reading. I had a Big Mac meal for lunch. I then went home and I was on my own. I totally forgot that the girlfriend had bought me a lasagna and I had Chinese. Chinese for dinner. Then Sunday comes along and oh look, I'm off out with House of Jim and Smoky Bar and a few others down to Rikers. I thought, well, I better start the day with a bit of a hearty breakfast, so I had a bacon baguette, 3 slices of bacon and a home baked baguette. We got to Rikers and didn't have anything to eat there. And I thought, that's good. I'm going to get home. I'm going to have something healthy-ish. No. Followed Jim home. He said, I'm going to Beaconsfield Services for something to do lunch. Do you want to have lunch? I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I could do lunch. But another bloody Big Mac meal. Thanks, by the way, Jim. Really nice of you to buy me lunch, mate. So that's two Big Mac meals, 1 fry up, 1 bacon baguette, and a Chinese. And then I had chicken and chips for dinner. So the downside to biking for me is the food, because everywhere you go, there's a cafe, or there's a fast food place, and I just can't turn it down. I can't turn it down. And by no way am I fat, but I'm gonna be. In 5-10 years time, if I keep this up, I'm either going to be dead of a heart attack or I'm going to be super fat. I think it's probably more likely that I'll have a heart attack, to be honest. Keeping this thing in 3rd gear, which is what you want to be on roads like this, below 6,000 reps, you're trying to run it in, is fucking impossible. So you get to like 60 and you're like, I want to go just above that, and it just goes no.